Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Andy, and if you're not new, welcome back to the channel, y'all. In today's video I'll be showing you how I created this glitter pink eyeliner look. If you're interested in seeing how I created this, then please keep on watching. So I started off with my eyebrows already filled in, cleaned with concealer and set with eyebrow gel. I'm now going to set my eyelid for my eyeshadow application, and I'm using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze. I'm mapping that out in the shape that I want my eyeshadow to be, but then I'll be blending it out thoroughly with the eyeshadow brush just to make sure that it's evenly placed. Now I'm taking my face powder on that same brush, and I'm just using that to set the concealer so that it'll be easier for me to blend the shades within my crease. Next, I'm going into my NYX palette, and I'm using this pink shade on a fluffy crease brush, and I start by tapping it in the crease, and then I use windshield wiper motions and circling motions just to distribute it throughout the whole crease area. I'm using the shade as a transition color, so I'm being a bit carefree with the way that I'm blending it out. Now I'm going into a hot pink shade, and I'm focusing this on the outer corner portion of my crease, and you'll see why I do this later on, because that's where the dip is going to be with my wing, like that curved area. So I'm just putting the pink there because that's the only place it's really going to be noticeable. I also take that same pink shade on a more dense concentrated brush, and I just pat that in just to make sure that the color is super pigmented and popping in that outer corner. So as you read by the title, I'll be sticking to this NYX palette throughout the whole makeup look. I'm just taking that shimmery pink shade to highlight beneath my brow bones. I love a great highlight in my inner corner beneath my brow bones. I just love highlighter on the whole. So next we'll be cutting the crease. I'm just taking a flat concealer brush and my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and what I do is I place it on my eyelid, both eyelids, and then I look up so that the concealer could be transferred to follow the natural curve of my eye, and then I just use it as a guideline to precisely carve out my crease. I like for my crease to be as symmetrical and as neat as possible, so I really take my time when I'm doing this, but of course I have to speed the video up because I don't want it to be too long and drawn out for you. But when you're attempting this, make sure that your brush is really flat. You'll see that I'll squeeze my brush from time to time just to make sure that it's flat and that it could have that sharp cut crease line. Listen, one like me, I'm a slight perfectionist, so I look back in the mirror back and forth from time to time just to make sure that, you know, it's as identical as I could make it. Next, I'm taking this white matte shade out of my NYX palette, and it's not shimmery at all, but the light is just giving it a glare. I'm taking it on a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm just stamping that along where I placed the concealer, and this is just going to provide a white base before I put down my glitter. Just to make sure that that area by the crease is crisp, I'm taking the white eyeshadow on a pointed eyeshadow brush as well, and then I'm going in with my makeup wipes, and I'm just using my nails to sharpen out that wing. You can use the end of anything that's pointy that would be safe, of course, and you can just use that beneath a makeup wipe to make it have that sharp edge. Next, I'm taking my NYX glitter primer, and I'm using that same concealer brush. I just wiped the concealer off with the makeup wipes, and I'm placing that everywhere that I placed that white eyeshadow, because this is going to be the base that allows the glitter to stick to my eyelid. Now I'm going to be using this chunky glitter that I got from Amazon. It's white, but it has like iridescent reflections of green and pink. So I'm just taking this on a eyeshadow brush, and I also dip the eyeshadow brush in the glitter so that the glitter could stick to the brush, and this would help lessen the amount of fallout that I would have all over my face. So this is how we're looking so far. So awesome. So now it's time for the eyeliner portion. I'm taking this hot pink matte liquid eyeliner that I got from Amazon, and I'm just doing it as I would usually do any winged eyeliner, and I'm following along the shape of the glitter wing. I'm extending that towards my eyebrow but not connecting my eyebrow, and then I bring that back in to the area above my lashes and I just connect it. Next, I'm taking this white liquid liner and I'm just outlining the outer portion of the pink liquid liner, and I just like the way that this adds a nice accent to the wing. And now that the eye look is completed, I'm going in with my Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation, and I believe this is the shade Espresso, and I'm just putting that on the back of my hand, and then I'm using the tip of my foundation brush to just distribute dots all over my face because I want this foundation look to be lightweight and I want it to be skin-like. So I use very minimal foundation, but I put it in dots so that it could cover all of my face. When I'm blending out my foundation, I place the foundation on one half of my face and then I blend it out. And I do it in portions because this foundation tends to dry down quickly. So I don't want there to be any spots on my face that isn't blended out. Now I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze, and I'm just placing that along all of my highlight areas. So that's beneath my eye, down the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and my forehead. So next I'm going to be taking my Urban Decay makeup sponge, and I'm using this to blend out the concealer that I placed beneath my eye and along all of my highlighted areas. When buffing out this concealer, I make sure that I blend out the edges of it so that it blends into my foundation seamlessly. That way when it comes to powder highlighting and continuing the rest of the face, there aren't any harsh lines. It's so funny how you don't realize the faces you make when you're doing your makeup until watching it on a video. Like, why I had to do my mouth like that? I set my highlighted areas with my Maybelline Loose Fit Me powder in the shade 30, and then I went over beneath my eyes with the shade 40, which is a darker shade because I don't want it to be too bright beneath there. Now I'm going in with my NYX palette, and I'm using this dark brown shade, and I'm just using it as my contour shade. As I mentioned, I'll be using this palette for all of my face needs, so I'm also going to use highlight and blush with this palette. Using this one eyeshadow palette is really reminding me of back in the day when I would try to find a palette that would be all-inclusive, that would have pinks and dark browns and shimmer shades, so that I can achieve a full face without having to spend a lot of money. And also, there weren't a lot of contour palettes that catered to my skin, which is dark skin, so eyeshadow was the only thing that I could find dark enough to contour with. Now I'm just dusting away that excess powder, and then I'm going to be setting the rest of my face with my Maybelline Fit Me setting powder in the shade Nutmeg, I believe. And I just wanted to say that I know I've been gone for a minute, but I'm going to be back and more consistent and frequent with these videos. I have a lot of video ideas coming up, so y'all just, stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be updated whenever I post a new video. So I'll be using the same pink shade that I use in my crease, and I'll be using that as blush. So I'll just smile and place it on the apples of my cheek, and then of course I drag it back towards my temple area just to make sure that it's evenly blended out. Initially I went in with this peachy pink shimmer shade as my highlighter, but I didn't really like the undertones of it. It looked a bit ashy and a bit too silver for my skin tone, so I went back in with a more rose gold pink shade, and I felt like that blended with the makeup more, it blended with my skin more, and I loved the outcome of it. And that's the beauty of makeup, y'all. You don't have to, fret and be anxious. You can always correct your mistakes as you go. Now as we wrap up this look, I'm just going to be taking the same shades that I use in my crease, and I'm applying that beneath my eye. I'm using the darker pink on the outer corner and then the hot pink in the inner corner, and I'm just blending them all in together. And now to actually finish off the face, I'm spraying my setting spray into my makeup sponge, and then I'm just pressing that into my face, and this is just going to help my makeup to look more skin-like. It's going to finally take away any ashiness that could be left, and it's going to blend any lines of demarcation that could be there. Lastly, I'm just going to do my favorite lip combo. I outline my lips with a dark brown liner, and then I take a pink matte lipstick, I place it on my lip, I rub it in, and then I go over with gloss on top. After that, I'm just going to put on some mascara, then I'm going to apply my false lashes, and that's going to complete this makeup look, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed filming it. I had a lot of fun playing with the glitters and the liquid liners, and it was actually super easy to create. So y'all go ahead and try and recreate this whenever you feel like experimenting and playing with makeup. Let me know how it goes. Also, let me know what other videos you would like to see from me. Much love to y'all and much blessings. Bye!